Hi guys, I am going to do vocab for lesson 26 today. So our story this week is called The Mysterious Tadpole, which is a fun story to read. So we're going to start out with our 8 new vocab, and if you're following along, we're on page 380 in your reading book. And our first vocab word is ordinary, and it says an ostrich is not an ordinary bird. It runs quickly but cannot fly. So what do you think ordinary means? Yeah, ordinary is kind of plain. There's nothing special about it. So most of your days lately are probably pretty ordinary. You can't go anywhere. Nothing probably too exciting is happening. So they're pretty ordinary. Number 2 is control. This rider uses reins to stay in control of the camel. What does control mean? Yeah, you kind of decide where something goes, maybe how fast something is going. So you get to decide kind of how it's moving. All right, our next one, number 3, is cage. If you own an iguana, you can let it out of its cage. What's a cage? Yeah, a place that you keep animals, maybe even belongings. Cages can be made out of all different things. A lot of cages are made out of wire or metal, but they could be made out of wood or other things also. Number 4 is upset. This animal is upset because it sees danger. What does upset mean? Yeah, you're not happy about something. I'm a little upset that we can't be at school right now and we have to be at home because I miss seeing you guys. So just not being super happy with how something is. Number 5 is sensible. These sensible hippos are smart enough to roll in cool mud on a hot day. So what do you think sensible means? Yeah, kind of smart. Okay, so if you know it's snowing outside, you would put on a coat. That would be sensible. If you decided to put on flip-flops and shorts, that wouldn't be very sensible. So kind of just means smart. You know what's happening. All right, number 6 is confused. Jack was confused. He had never seen an animal like this before. Lots of times we get confused, even adults. So confused means we don't know something. We're not really sure why it's happening or what something is. Doesn't make sense to us. Number 7 is training. The training of a ferret takes time and patience. What's training? Yeah, you're kind of teaching someone or something how to do something. So if you get a new puppy, you have to train it. You have to teach it how to go to the bathroom, how to go outside, where it can go in your house, all those different things. Number 8 is suspiciously. The wolf looked at the woman suspiciously. It did not trust her. And it kind of tells us the definition here. Doesn't trust, okay? So if a friend tells you, oh, I got $1 million for my birthday, you might be a little suspicious because that seems like something that maybe wouldn't really happen. So suspicious means you're just kind of questioning. You're not really sure about something. All right, so now I'm going to read the story that is not in your book. And I'm using my computer to read, so I got to find the right page on my screen. You can keep your vocab open so you can see the words when I'm reading the story, and you'll know which ones I have said. Hopefully. All right, so here we go. This story is called Diego's Double Surprise. When you hear a vocab word, you can decide what you want to do. Jumping jacks, jump up and down, clap your hands, whatever you want. Diego sat on his bed in his room. He felt surprised and very confused. Did you hear confused? His parents had just told him they were having a baby and that he would have to share his room. His parents said that was more sensible than moving into a bigger house with more rooms. Did you hear sensible? Diego wasn't upset about having a brother or sister. It could even be fun if he didn't have to share his room. Did you hear upset? Right now, he had control over everything in his room. Control? Like the TV and the other closet. Diego thought suspiciously about what it would really mean to have a baby around the house. Did you hear our big word, suspiciously? How can I share a room with someone who hasn't even gone through potty training, he wondered. Training? What if the baby wants to watch nature shows all the time? Diego liked cartoons and he hated nature shows. What if the baby lets his pet guinea pig out of his cage? Did you hear cage? He worried. What if, when the baby gets older, he has more friends than me? Where would I go when they all came over? Diego, we're home, his dad shouted. Come here, we have a surprise. Diego ran in, wondering if this would be a really good surprise or something more ordinary, just like pizza. Did you hear ordinary? Honey, we are having twins, his mom cried. What? Diego yelled. He immediately thought about living with 2 babies. They would gang up on him, he just knew it. They'd make fun of his pajamas, they'd eat all the pancakes at breakfast, they'd always get to sit together in the back seat. There were only 2 beds in his room. He knew he would be the one that would have to sleep on the floor. But there are really 2 surprises. We can't fit all of you in one room, so we are going to build a new bedroom just for you. Yes, Diego cried happily and jumped up in the air. Now they can watch nature shows in their own room. Diego's parents looked at him curiously. He smiled shyly and said, I'll explain later. All right, so you should have heard all 8 of our words. They were kind of all near the beginning this week. So I will have another video on of reading our reading story for this week. So hopefully you join me for that one.